Buzzsprout.
Buzzsprout. Okay.
Yeah, I looked into Buzzsprout, and then we went with Spreaker recorder.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was just
Oh shit. That did not do what I thought it would. And then
okay.
are we good?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, you get to use this one because your voice is so much more prominent than mine.
Yep. I turned the mics up too, so you can hear them.
Good.
Y'all ready?
Yeah, sir.
Oh, we're already live, and I'm still having malfunctions.
What is that though? Is that a microphone or is that the headphones?
No, it's the microphones. It's the relay, and it's in the cords.
All right. That would be your next investment.
Yes, new cords first, and then new mics. And welcome to the Better Than Being Bored podcast with your host and hostess, as I flail around like a fucking monkey trying to do this. Bo Henry.
And Destiny Andrews.
We have a special guest today. We have Justin Stagner.
Woo!
What's up? Thank y'all for having me.
We are super excited. I've been watching your videos all day.
Sweet.
So
here.
It's you do the Southern Grandpa. That seems like your biggest theme, right?
That's where I got started. So that's definitely what people know me from first.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
When I Google you, that's the first thing that comes up is Southern Grandpa.
Yeah, it's gonna be that's the ones that took off. So
Yeah. Okay. I mean, like I said, I was gonna interview you to one of my coworkers, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I know him. He's Southern Grandpa." I was like, "Yeah, that's him." I was like, "Cool." I was like, they're interested now. So
yeah,
like,
which is cool, man. That's always cool to hear. Anybody that wants to watch anything you do.
oh yeah, they're all excited about. They're like, "Okay, what are you gonna ask them?" I was like, "Nothing."
Yeah.
Nothing.
Most of what we do is just hang out.
Exactly.
I mean, I do want to ask you how many characters you have because I've seen the Southern Grandpa, and I've also seen you dressed up as a grandma. Do you have any other characters in that?
I do. I have a guy named Sonny Sullivan who's got a lisp, and he's from Sarasota, Florida, and he's kind of just good. I'm Sonny Sullivan here, and the Sunny Side of Life. He's got his own little show called Sunny Side of Life. I haven't brought him out in a while. I need to bring him back, but I've always just been good at impressions. So
I really love that you do a lisp better than me, and I have a lisp.
Yeah. Sonny's one of my favorite ones to do. I love the whistling S's. Everybody loves a whistling S.
I don't know how to do that.
I've talked my wife now. That's if we say an S at home to each other, it's whistled. I mean, there's no getting around it.
That's what I'm talking about. I've noticed she's in a lot of your videos now.
Yeah. So I started putting her in them. She's always been the camera lady. For anybody that don't know, she's been the camera lady. And I do all the editing and everything. She's always just held the camera. But my audience is like 85% male. So I was like, we're really missing out on a lot. Ladies are the buyers. I was like, let's make your page a couples content page. Like, so I've started her a page. I've been doing it for like maybe 3 or 4 weeks, and she's got like 40,000 followers. So
wow,
she's had some couples videos do well.
Yeah.
That we filmed. So now hers will be like mostly female, I'm assuming. Because none of them know who I am. All the comments are like, well, I just found you, girl, and I love it. Like,
hey, that's what's up.
Women supporting women.
Hell yeah. We need both sides.
Yeah, I just watched the one where you busted her with the packages.
Oh, yeah, that one. So that one on her page. That's a perfect example. So that goes on her page because that's like a couples type content. I did one where I busted her, like her AirPods got out of sync, and it was like a dirty erotic book. And I ended up putting that on mine because she was like, I don't put that on my page. That's terrible. So I put it on mine. It's actually doing good now, like today.
Yeah. I saw that one last week. I was like,
she was like, I didn't know you were going to put all that in there. And I was like, well, what do you think I was going to do? If it's an erotic book, it's supposed to sound like one.
We're going all the way with this, sweetheart.
I was like, long, hard, throbbing. I want it all in there.
Yeah, don't hold back.
Yeah.
Hey, I think they're hilarious. I've been watching them a lot, and
he's been busting out laughing continuously while I've been filling up. I filled up my fish tanks on waiting on you to get here. He got here an hour early so I could take a poo.
yes,
Thank you for that. My house stank for a minute.
I was more binded up than a crippled coon banged up at the bottom of Stagner tree. I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you, you had it going there for a second.
I'm not as good at it anymore.
Look, today I got pulled over. I was coming home from Atlanta. I got pulled over by a Georgia policeman. And it's a guy who walks up, and this guy's black, but he talks like Randy Moss, like super country. He's got a dip in his mouth, and you're just sitting there like, dude, Georgia people are different. So he comes walking up, and he's like, I'm super nice to him. I know that I'm going like 90. And he's like, man, I got you going 87. And I was like, yeah, I understand, man. He's like, you got any dispute about it? And I was like, no. So he goes back there. I told him why. I was like, we're getting a ticket. I was like, I'm going to tell him who I am when he comes back, just see if that works. So he comes back and he's like, man, he's like, I ain't gonna lie to you. You're gonna have to drive back up here if you want to like dispute it or anything. He's like, or I can be nice and drop it down a little bit so that way it won't go on your record. And so he's like, you've been nice. I'm gonna drop it down. So he drops it down to like under reckless driving, just like a regular speeding ticket. And apparently you could just pay the city there instead of it going on your record. He's like, this ain't gonna go on your insurance or nothing, man. You've been great. And I was like, dude, that's so cool. I was like, I'm gonna give you a shout out. I was like, if you ever follow Southern Grandpa, he said, no fucking way. He said, give me that fucking ticket. He took the ticket back. He started ripping it up. Then he pulled his phone out and started videoing me in my car. He's like, I'll even say something. I didn't give him a ticket. I gave him a warning. I was like, I told my wife's cracking up. I was like, this is insane. So I almost got a ticket today. Ended up being, I was glad I got pulled over by the end of
it. There's going to be people all over Georgia that's like,
yeah, I'm sure you uploaded that right then.
I got to meet Southern Grandpa
today.
today.
He's like, I didn't give him a ticket. He freaked out. Like, you said, give me that fucking ticket. He started ripping it up.
He didn't want to be known.
No, he started videoing me. He's like, do something. He's like, say something to the camera. He was freaking out.
Well, hey, at least he wasn't doing that with the gun.
Exactly.
That would have been my luck. I got pulled over in Arkansas by a state trooper with the boys, and my son goes, "You getting a ticket, Dad?" I was like, "Probably." He's like, "How fast were you going?" I was like, "I couldn't tell you."
State trooper, you're getting a damn ticket.
He gave me a warning. What? Yeah, he came back. He said, "When's the last time you got a ticket?" I said, 3 years ago.
They will do that. Oh, well, that's really not that long. I'd have gave you a ticket.
I probably
like you said 10 years ago. 3.
I said 3.
You could barely walk.
But it just fell off
Yeah.
Hey, it just fell off.
I think that's what helped me too. The last ticket I had was like 10 years ago, which is crazy, knock on wood, because I drive 90 something everywhere. Like we had a trip to go to South Carolina to do some content like 2 weeks ago. And my buddy was sitting in the passenger seat. He's like, we're in a 35 and you're going 72. I was like, I can get tickets all the time, to be honest.
Hey,
You can give a ticket to Southern Grandpa.
No, apparently not. I'm going to try that from now on.
Hey, look, high school, I was like that in high school. I got pulled over doing 90 in a 55.
Yeah.
But my best friend's
Which is
dad,
worse than reckless driving. You get like a felony.
I should have been in jail. My best friend's dad was the chief of police.
Oh, well, yeah, that's good.
he apparently he had flagged my my license.
Yeah.
And I got a call like an hour later. He's like, "Son, you need to slow it down." "Yes, sir. Not a problem. Got you."
It's always good to have friends in law enforcement.
Well, It wasn't as bad as the time my buddy jumped on the top of the van while we were doing 70. He wanted to do
And
Teen
lived?
Wolf.
I was just making sure.
Yeah, Teen
I
Wolf.
thought you were about to say he's no longer with us.
Hold on, I have to go check Facebook. He didn't die because
He didn't
of me.
die because of that. Hold on, let's see if he's still living.
He might have been on meth. He might be on meth now, but
Well, jumping on top of the van at 70 was the first indicator of that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was the gateway. Should have known.
Yeah, first thing he's jumping on cars. Next thing he's dabbling in meth.
He always
Like,
smelled
like
like
he
cat.
did.
Yeah.
What?
He always smelled like cat pee. I mean, it's just yeah.
Dabbling and writing on the top of cards.
Yeah.
That's the real bad.
I mean, we did a lot of stuff that we knew we
I
shouldn't.
tell my wife sometimes, I'm like, when I look at my son, I'm like, I think back at my life, and there's so many times where I'm like, I could have fucking died and just didn't die.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's plenty of times where I could have died,
How many times have
so
you
many
fallen out of
stupid
a
things.
tree?
but not even that. Let's just even say sneaking in a girl's window. Like,
Oh,
what the fuck? You could have, if I'd have been a dad and I snuck in a 16-year-old girl's window and I just opened the door, I'm probably going to kill him.
that guy tried.
Oh,
I've been there.
Yeah.
That tree died.
Now, dude, that did happen to me one time. Wait. Okay, hold on. Let's stop. You go first.
Her name was Kelly. She called me. Her parents went to a concert.
Uh-huh.
She's like, hey, parents just went to a concert. First mistake, going upstairs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Parents got in a fight at the concert within like an hour and came home extremely early.
And extremely mad.
Extremely mad already. I had enough time to crawl out onto the roof, butt naked with my clothes. He was coming up the stairs because he heard what was going on.
Sure.
oh my God.
And I jumped down and I running past this big pine tree as he shoots it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he was literally gonna kill me.
Well, yeah.
I started jumping fence. Luckily, I had
Let's not act like he was the crazy one.
yeah. Yeah, he was a crazy one, man. Not the guy
That
going
was
in
naked jumping out of my roof.
there. What's even worse is
You say it like that.
to hide from this guy, I was jumping through people's backyards until
Yeah.
I found a privacy fence where I could put my clothes on. And I called my buddy. I was like, hey, look, come to the Indian streets, drive around, stop at a stop sign. Don't look for me. I will find you. Just make sure you have the window down.
Did you just like Superman into
I
that
did.
thing?
Dude,
I did. He had a he had a blazer. I dove right in the back window.
I had almost a similar story. His parents are supposed to be gone forever. You know how girls are. They're like, no, they're not coming back anytime soon. And then like 5 minutes later, the door opens. Well, it was one of those houses where like the couch was up against the wall and the back door's right behind that door. Well, I'm looking at the front door. So as this one opened, I just ran out that one. Like as soon as I heard that when they were talking, like, oh yeah, that steak was great. Like as they opened the door, I was just gone. I left shoes, hat, phone, everything. Went and ran and got my Jeep and floored it back when payphones were a thing. Went and got to a payphone and called her. And when I called her, I was like, she's fucked. They're beating her right now. Like, you know. And like she answered the phone. She's like, hey. I was like, fuck, hey, yeah, what? And like, what's going on? She's like, nothing. What's up? I was like, hold on, what is going on? She's like,
I didn't even see you.
yeah, like, yeah. No, I knew her dad saw me because he ran out. I could see him in my rear view, like ran out in the road. So I knew he saw me. I'm like, why is she talking so normal? Well, apparently when he walked back inside, she's like, I don't know who that was. No, I don't know. Maybe he was running in our yard. He wasn't in here. And so, like, yeah, they never knew. And I was like, but I had to come back later and get all my stuff she put in the mailbox. Like, I didn't have a phone, shoes, hat, nothing. All I had was keys.
Oh, that's great.
Standing at a payphone barefooted.
I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one that's been through something like that.
And that's back when you had to remember people's numbers, because nowadays, if I had to go to a payphone, I'd be like, fuck, 911's all I got, or my grandma.
Yeah,
I don't know
my
anybody's number by heart anymore.
My mom's the only number I know.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful every time I go to jail.
Oh, I wasn't a delinquent, so I don't.
Oh no, yeah. I see your halo here.
I was the girl that got caught at a guy's house, but that wasn't scary. His mom gave me a talk about how it was very unladylike, and then took me home because he gave me a ride there. So she had to give me a ride back. Or no, his grandpa gave me a ride.
I mean, a girl getting caught at the guy's house never a big deal.
No. Well, I mean, wait a second. Hold on. So I was like 14, and I had a guy friend over, and we were just chatting and hanging out. But then my mom got home. She got home about 3 hours early, and one of my sisters ran in the room and was like, "Mom is home." I'm like, "Oh shit!" And they went in the living room and pretended to be asleep. And then my mom walked into the house and was going to her room and heard me tell him, "Get in the closet." And she walked into the room. She looked at me and said, "Hey!" And she walked past me, like bumping shoulder, walked past me, turned, opened my closet, said, "Get out." And he yes, ma'am. And he got out.
Obviously.
I mean, he lived a couple.
He's gonna be like, "Fuck this shit."
Very, very straightforward. Moved to Texas shortly after.
I wonder why.
But yeah, and then I just get the talk.
Yeah.
And that was about it. But my mom was like, "Did your sisters know?" No, they were asleep when he got here.
What is the wildest talk your parents have ever given you? That's what I want to know. I know mine.
I'm going to hell because I'm bisexual.
That's worse.
I didn't have any psycho conversation. I remember my mom telling me one time, like, the only time I remember getting a talk at all is my mom was like, if you don't want to drink, you can just have a cup with some water in it or something. And I was like, okay.
Aw.
Yeah. She's like, 2:00 in the morning, I'll come get you. And I was like, okay.
My mom.
I was like, but I do want to drink, so. What about that talk?
My mom was the kind of like one time those years ago, people don't do drugs. I did drugs. It was LSD, and at the time my mother was living in Colorado. I'm like, "Mom, I need you to smoke with me so this gets better." And she's like, "What?" I said, "Well, I dropped some acid." And she goes, "Well, at least you're at home." And that's all.
That's
she didn't
true.
Yeah, my mom was always that parent. She was like, "If you get drunk, call me." And one night it actually happened. I was calling dinosaurs hard, and I just held up.
Varsity Blues.
You just it's okay. We've already had this talk where I was like, "What do you mean calling dinosaurs? Like you got them on the cell or something?"
Yeah, Varsity. He just mentioned Varsity Blues earlier.
Okay, I haven't seen it. I just thought it was a drunk term, and you just start nodding your head like, "Yeah."
It was the first movie I remember watching where I was like, "Oh my god, these girls are showing their titties." It's cool.
All right, I'll watch it.
Yeah, exactly. Miss
Yeah.
Davis. It was her teacher.
It was the teacher.
Fucking 10.
Oh, Miss Davis.
You go to the prom
when
me.
you go to prom me.
Okay.
I wonder if that guy's still alive. No,
He is.
Okay.
He is. He actually made. He was in Not Another Teen movie.
Right, play a
playing
parody of himself. Yeah.
But he's been in something else that I can't remember right now. He did decent after Varsity Blues because everybody loved him in Varsity Blues.
I loved him in Not Another Teen movie.
I love that dog. You mean Pig? Yeah. But I just remember holding my phone up to whoever was in the bathroom because I was occupying the tub. And I was like, "Here, talk. Tell her to come get me." And they were like, "Who is it? Your mom? Oh my God. What?"
Yeah,
Oh,
that's when
really?
everybody freaks out.
Relax.
She's not that mom.
They had to carry me out and the whole way home. I can't pull over, Mom. I gotta throw up again. I can't believe you're having to throw up in these people's yard right now. I'm so disgusted.
Yeah, those are some bad days.
I've only had one I said opportunity. No, it was not Oh, thank you for this opportunity. It was I went to hang out with somebody, and I had initially I wasn't going to drink because I know that I'm a lightweight. I don't drink, so
Sure.
I was like, nah. But they're like, oh, the shots are free. Come on. And so I had really fast, like 4 or 5 shots of Fireball, and then they're like, oh, let's go to this pool party that's going on. I don't remember who drove. I remember we're there at some point, and the girl walks into this house and it's pitch black, and she goes, hello. And the guy goes, like, a guy just like peeks around the corner and goes, you're in the wrong house. And I go, thank you, lock your doors. And I shut his door. and then I found the pool. They're all like wondering where it is. And I just see this alleyway and a bright blue light beyond it. And I'm either going to die or I'm going to get in a pool. So I walk off and I find the pool, take the shit out of my pockets, dive in full dressed. Interesting evening overall involving 2 other women. And then I end up having 3 more shots of Jack Daniel's whiskey and smoking on a blunt that they had. And that was it. Next thing I know, I'm blacking out and somebody had pulled me out of the pool and I'm throwing up in somebody's shrubbery. And I knew I was going out, and I had this picture at the time that said, call my mom. This is her phone number. And it was my background picture. And I pulled out my phone and said, do it. And that's all I could say. And they're like, call your mom. And just like every time I start freaking out about why do we need to call your mom, I was like, she's cool. She smokes weed. Just call her.
Yeah, just get her here.
Yeah. And then she came pick me up. My brother, who is 6'4", like practically carried me to her Mustang. I felt great with the wind on my face.
Oh, yeah. That's the best feeling.
So
you get some
good.
freezing cold AC and the wind blowing in your face too.
Yep. And apparently I had parked in front of some wine place downtown. So if I did not remember where I had parked, I would not have. I had an Aspen, a Chrysler Aspen. Don't get that ever. And it still had the tag on it from my 97 Ram van. So if it had gotten towed, it would have been fucked. That would have been it.
Wow.
But she got my sister to go pick it up, and I was very happy that I did actually call my mom.
I'll tell you what, I think Fireball was invented by the devil.
Maybe
it was. Because, before Fireball, if you took a shot of something, it like burned, and you were like, oh, fuck. That was terrible. And then Fireball came along. You're like, I'll do 4 of these.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
No chaser.
Yeah, you don't even need one.
I don't even drink, and I'm no chase with Fireball.
You don't have to. And that's what
I had 2 kids and a divorce by the time I drank Fireball.
Right. Fireball came along like I was an adult, but still, before that, if you took a shot of something, I remember the first time that I ever drank, we went to some party in high school. It was like back then a party was just like a field or something where everybody drove their truck.
Oh, yeah.
And they passed me this bottle of vodka, and I remember turning it up and being like, guys, nobody drink it. Something's fucking wrong with it. It's terrible. I know y'all are acting like y'all love it, but this is awful. Like that.
It's the worst stuff ever.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I just remember being like, people have been fucking drinking this. It's terrible.
Oh.
You got to chase it.
That's like getting.
And then Fireball come along and said, this is what they've been drinking in movies when I was little.
Yeah.
Peppermint schnapps was my least favorite.
Yeah, I'm not much on that. Or
I like
Rumpelman,
but not the peppermint shit. That's the whole.
I hardly ever drink anymore. Like 1 or 2 every few months.
He drinks and I take him home. Well, not to my home, but
she's my babysitter.
Yeah, that's a good dynamic.
And I make sure that if he flirts with a woman, she's cute.
Well,
yeah, she
wingman right there.
I'm a shitty wingman. I lied on my application. Okay, I did not do well. He goes, "Ooh, I like that chick over there," and I'm like, "What do I do about that?"
Yeah,
just go talk to her.
Yeah, you got this, man.
I can flirt with
in there.
I can flirt with a woman for myself, but I don't know how to be like, now talk to my buddy. I don't know how to. You gotta play.
Have you met Bo?
Hey, have you met Ted?
I'll practice. You'll probably give me plenty of opportunities to practice.
Yeah, but the funniest thing is on the way home, she has to talk to the drunk me.
Yeah.
About what happened that night.
And sometimes, like last time, he was angry about something that doesn't need to be talked about. But he was angry about it. And he's like, can I kick this car? And I'm like, no, you can't kick the car.
I gotta ask permission first, though.
Yeah. And he sits down and he's like crossing his arms all grumpy and shit like a
What
kid.
about this? Can I break this?
I'm like, no, you can't break this. He did. What was it? The side view mirror. He's like, can I kick that? I'm like, no. So he sat down all cross-armed like a baby. And then I said, how about this? And I rolled down the window and he started what were you screaming?
What's your name?
Tony! Fuck you, Tony!
Yeah. The cruise ships or whatever it is.
Yeah. And he was just screaming that all downtown. We stopped at a fucking stoplight, the one right there at the start of the Water Street Bridge.
Yeah.
Or the end, depending where you're coming from. So it's got the gas station right there. He's
I'm gonna
screaming.
say start.
Yeah, start is good. And he's screaming at the people over there. Fuck you!
Oh,
No,
it's so funny when something happens like that in life and like the other person gets it.
Yeah.
That's great.
My daughter's father, his name is Tony, so I'll pop up at his place, go, what's your name? And he just looks at me.
Fuck you, Tony.
I did ask permission,
Yeah.
but then the last time we've talked about it before, but I got high.
Oh, that wasn't the last time I got drunk, but it was like fucking couple months ago. We went to a place in Pace, Florida called Chill Natural. It was very nice. I enjoyed myself. He doesn't
It was like
smoke.
a froyo place.
No, they make infused drinks.
Okay.
And he didn't know that.
Nice.
And
I
was fine
ordered
with
3
it.
drinks, so I was like, that looks good. Give me one of those.
And I didn't even know till he just like pops up with like, you see, he's got big old puppy dog eyes. They were gleaming. Gleaming. I'm like, you're blinding me. What did you drink?
I drank this.
That's bad.
I remember my wife whenever she had bad anxiety for a little while, and I was like, "Well, you just fucking try some edibles or something." And she's like, "Okay." So I go get her some, and she's sitting there, and I tell her, I was like, "Just take a half one, your first time." She's never got high or anything. She'll drink, but she's never got high. And she took one. I looked over there, and it was like 2 Krispy Kreme donuts. And I was like, "How's your anxiety?" I was like, "How'd you feel?" She's like, "I don't feel any anxiety." I can tell you don't feel shit.
Hey, look, after my last breakup, I did that. I went and bought edibles, got a bubble bath ready, had champagne and juice, had sushi. I was
You
sitting.
had a full rom-com.
Hey, dude, I was taking care of myself.
There's a lot of self-healing in this
You
bathtub.
put cucumbers on your eyes? Did you do
No,
that?
no.
That seems like
I
a
got too
cucumber
high
gets
for
me.
that. I got hungry. I ended up eating one. I bought like the 10,000.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What is it? What are they
It
called?
was like 1,000.
Star of Death or whatever.
Dude, I ate one.
I'm gonna try it.
I ate one 30 minutes later. I was like, I don't feel nothing. Ate another one.
No.
I got 4 deep. I got 4 deep before it finally hit me. I stayed in the bathtub for 3 hours.
I bet.
I had to drain the water and turn the hot water back on because I
Dude,
couldn't move.
The last time that I got high I haven't got high because I had that job at the steel mill for all those years, so I couldn't do anything other than drink. But I got high when I was like 21, 22 in Gatlinburg. And I'll never forget, we had bought all this ice cream that had like fruit in it, like strawberries and stuff cut up in the ice cream. And I remember sitting there, my buddy's telling a story, and I vividly remember just saying like, "Hey, Jake, the whole time he's talking. I got something to tell him. I'm just dying to tell him. I'm just going, Jake. And he finally gets done. He's like, "What?" And I was like, "Fuck, I forgot." Dude, he started laughing, and I started laughing. And by the time I was done laughing, my bowl was just milk and strawberries. Like it was all melted. I had a whole bowl of ice cream that I laughed until it melted.
That's great.
Oh, dude, we had a great time. We'd get high and go to the aquarium. They got the Ripley's aquarium. We go to Ripley's, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah.
Great trip.
Now, you said
That was actually my first viral video.
oh,
I did a viral video up there. You remember that song by Kaya or whatever? It was like my neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. Dude, I'm high as a kite. They got this song playing, and I'm doing a full lip sync dance to this. And I remember my mom called me like a week later, and she's like, "Justin," and I was like, "What?" She's like, why are people coming up to my desk and showing me this god awful video? And I was like, that's so cool. Like, and she's like, everybody has seen this video. And I was like, this is like the first viral video ever. And like, I'm still sad to this day that I took it down just because of like, I was like, oh,
Because
shit,
your
Mom, I'm in trouble.
Oh no.
Nowadays, I wouldn't even dream of it. I'm just like, get over it. I don't, you know.
It happened.
Oh man,
It's kind of why I didn't go into porn. I didn't want anybody to go to my mom and be like, "Hey, did you know Bo does this?" Dude, literally, the town I graduated high school in, my buddy started a rumor that I lost one of my testicles in a motorcycle accident, and it got back to my mom. My mom's like, "Hey, do we need to have a talk about what? One of your motorcycle accidents. What do you talk about? Did you lose a testicle?" No, Mom. No, I did not.
Well, you almost got laid for that.
No, I did get laid.
I thought you said she left.
No, she just got mad because she started counting balls.
oh, so it was gonna be like a pity fuck thing, and
Yeah.
she's like, "Oh, Mom, here."
Yeah, no, she was feeling around. She was like, "I thought you lost one," and without missing a beat, I was like, "Yeah, it was the third one."
Oh yeah, that's good. I was born with 3.
Smart, stupid fucker, but yeah.
Hey, I was in the middle of it. I wasn't turning this down. She was mad though. She was mad.
Was she mad she didn't get to see a third one?
No, well, no, she was mad that she didn't get to fill just one.
Yeah.
She was. I guess she wanted like a Lance Armstrong.
She just wanted a story. It was a notch on her belt.
Yeah.
The one ball guy.
One time I
one
slept
ball.
with a man with one testicle.
Yeah. And everybody's gonna be like, okay.
I mean,
It's not as cool. Like if I was like I slept with a girl when I was younger with 3 tits, they'd be like, dude, how was that?
really?
Like I slept with a guy with one ball, like, all right.
Well, I mean, 3 tits. What was the consistency? Were they
It was like
pounded?
one of those things on people's desk. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
Pendulum thing. Yeah.
I was talking about making a lazy sex swing like that at some point.
Oh, that's pretty good.
But then it's like, oh, are they 2 C's and an A? Are they all C's? That kind of jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
That's
I mean,
that would be my number one question.
in
Were they
total,
all-
See
we
how
probably were all the same
exactly.
size.
were all the nipples the same?
Exactly. Like, did they have a big bullseye in the middle? What's going
I'm
on?
sorry.
Right.
Hold on.
Did you have 2 little bitty ones and a pepperoni slice?
Or maybe the middle one was only like it was just a giant nipple, and the other 2 on the side had nothing.
What was the phone company that did the bars and like they got the house and it keeps getting bigger?
Oh, it was like
Was that
CenturyLink
Sprint?
or something like some
No.
Link or something, wasn't it? Nextel maybe.
Maybe, but that's what I saw. I saw tiny nipple, medium, big nipple.
There you
And-
go.
and-
It grew.
yeah.
Like an Adidas logo.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's even
dang.
better.
That's
Like that does not make
that's
me think
funny.
in cell phones.
No. Do you for Southern Grandpa, do you copy somebody from your family?
My grandpa.
Yeah.
He's still alive. I put him in a few videos. I had him
Oh
on,
yeah.
I had him on the
Doing
podcast.
Alexa.
too. Yeah. Electra.
Alexa.
He can't say anybody's name ever. Even Alexis. She's Electra. No Carmen.
That's funny. Okay, I had a feeling that
Yeah.
was your
He's
Your
my
base
inspiration.
model.
Oh yeah. When I turn him up to 11 a little bit to do the Southern Grandpa, but he's more of like he gets loud every now and then, but he's more of just a talking to you, you know, just tonight that gambling boat just trying to cheat me down there, like, you know, it's like he always thinks somebody's out, like the casinos are always ripping him off, but he's gonna get them next time.
Next time.
Mhm.
next time.
That hunting, like that's hunting and fishing. That's about all he wants to talk about.
Hey, they ain't
Southern
nothing
Grandpa
wrong with that.
fence.
Oh yeah.
So you have like one wild fishing story that you remember the
Yeah.
best?
Yes. I was fishing it was in Stockton area, and I was with my dad. And if he hadn't been there, then I would have just told this story, and everybody been like, "Fuck you, that's bullshit." Like, I was fishing with a white frog for bass, and it was on top of the water, just zigzagging back and forth. And all of a sudden, this huge white owl comes and picks this thing up with his feet, and it's flying backwards. And I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like, and my dad's just sitting there going like. And finally, just let it go, and I just stopped and looked at him. And he's like, "If I wouldn't have been there with you, I'd have never fucking believed it." I was like, that was wild. I was like, if we'd have hooked him, I'd have literally just had to cut it because I'm not fixing to fight an owl. Like, this thing was huge. This thing was huge. It looked like the size of me. And I guess when it picked it up, I'm guessing in the owl's mind, he probably picked it up and was like, "Okay, got my snack," and was like, "Why the fuck is it fighting me? Like, how is this rat doing this?
I can't get away."
He had to have thought it was a rat because it's solid white, or maybe like a fish's belly.
Oh, I'm sure they eat frogs though.
Yeah,
Yeah. But it wasn't green. Like, it was a solid white frog.
It caught his attention back.
Yeah.
You just wished it
But
was
what's so crazy was we never saw him. He was just in the trees up there. Just you couldn't see him, and he just came out of nowhere.
Oh, I got them on my property like that, man. I had one. I kid you not. It was
This
wingspan was huge.
Huge.
I was pulling out of my property, and my grass is high because I'm white trash and don't want to buy a tractor. But the grass was high, and this owl came out of nowhere. He was in the grass, and I started driving out to go to work, and I was like, "Oh!"
It's amazing how quiet everything else is. Like, we just fumble around and make noise everywhere we go. Like, even when you're in the woods hunting and you're trying to be quiet, you're like, "God damn, I'm loud."
I can hear
And then,
everything.
and then all of a sudden you'll be like, "How did that deer get right beside? I never heard it."
Never heard it.
It's crazy.
Everybody makes fun of me when I go hunting because I go to sleep. My best hunting is when I'm asleep.
I don't think that's called hunting.
Do you snore?
No, I do.
I was about to say, what does it matter?
But every time, if I wake myself up, there's always a deer out there.
You know why? Probably because you've probably never been quieter in your life. Like, when you're awake is when you're sitting there.
Yeah,
Knocking
around. I want a cigarette to keep my hands off my junk. I mean,
yeah, like that was the good thing about like when we used to hunt with dogs. You didn't have to be quiet or anything. You could smoke. You could just be standing out there. Like, when you hunt without them, you just got to try to sneak up on it.
Oh yeah, you're like, can I sit at the bottom of this tree long enough for it to walk over here?
Mm-hmm.
No, I cannot. I want another beer out of the cooler. That's all I can think about. Hell, when I was married, that was the only time I got to drink. Was when we were at the hunting camp.
Yeah, I mean, guns and beer mix good together anyway.
Always. I mean,
America.
My dad has told me since I was tiny, like, I'd say, "Hey, I want to go hunting with you." He says, "I'll take you next year. I'll take you next year. I'll take you." I never went hunting.
Wow.
And he told me at one point that it was because I'm so fidgety. I do twitch. I do have restless leg syndrome, and I do have ADHD. And he said, "I thought you would end up shooting me."
He finally came out.
I thought this was gonna end up somewhere else. Like, it was gonna be like, I just thought you'd be too loud, you know.
Well, see,
Deer would never come around. I thought you were gonna shoot.
I'm saying that about myself right now because, like, y'all are like, you got to be quiet, and I can just see, like, my legs start shaking, and you just hear a crunchy leaf under me go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, every bit of it.
I start clicking my teeth.
The first time I ever took Buddy, he had to take a dump. We got in the shooting house. We were in there an hour. Dad, I gotta go poo. I gotta go poo.
You might as well just go home.
I was like, oh, okay. I guess we're shooting squirrels today.
Yeah.
Here, hold my hands and hang it out, man. He had his pants, and we had him hanging out all the way from the steps, just going.
Okay.
I remember I took my wife fishing, and she's like, "I gotta pee," and I was like, "Okay, well, you gotta pee over the side of the boat." She's like, What? Where else did you think you were going to pee? I was like, you got two options. You can jump in and float and pee, or you can hang over the side and pee. Those are the only two options I got for you. I don't have a third one.
I had a friend that had a floating house, and their bathroom was a hole cut out of the floor.
Well, wouldn't it be? Yeah, of course it
That's
is.
why you got to make sure you look for the snake before you sit down on it. That's a real thing.
My family goes camping pretty often, and about 3-4 years ago, which means my daughter was about 6, is whenever we really started going camping. And she's like, I gotta go potty. I'm like, all right, we're gonna, go lean up against a tree or something. And she's like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
It means lean up against a tree. And then I end up having to do squats where I'm holding her like kind of, wedding style or whatever. So I got her legs in her back, and I'm trying to hold her like this, where hopefully it doesn't get on me. And I'm squatting full squat for her, just doing like this, so that she has something similar to a toilet, so that she can go. And then whenever she's done, she's just looking at it like, what do we do now? And then the dogs come and clean it up. I'm like, well, it's done now.
Yeah, it's over.
We don't have to do anything. Fucking dogs. I hate that about them.
But they do it. I remember when I was potty training my son, they told the pediatrician was like, just let him walk outside with no diaper on, let him see what it feels like to go to the bathroom. And dude, all of a sudden he stops out there, and I'm like, dude, on the concrete? Like, shit's right there. And I'm like, God damn it, man. I gotta go inside to get like toilet paper. And when I come outside, I'm like, where the fuck did it go? And I look over there at the bulldog was just,
Yeah.
I was like, you nasty motherfucker. You.
Chewing it.
I was like, good enough for me.
We got that kitten running around the house. The dogs have been plenty entertaining.
Yeah.
I think I try to get, because it's my brother's kitten. I'm like, oh, she's supposed to be up there with you with the litter box, but then the dogs keep the house clean. So I don't know how to be mad about that.
See, with Mac and Tux, it's complete opposite. Tux, the cat, is older than Mac, the dachshund, and I know he didn't go on the pad if I can hear the cat rubbing the floor. The cat will walk up to it, and he'll start doing this on the floor, trying to bury it. I'm like, you find something over there, bud? So
That's cute though that your cat tries to cover it up for.
oh yeah. They're best friends. They're partners in crime.
PIC.
Yeah. So this thing has been ticking in my ear the whole time. Like
What is it?
it's a feedback from one of the cords. And I
yeah.
can't, these cords are not the highest quality right now. I gotta upgrade, but we had to start somewhere, right?
Dude, yeah, I feel you, man.
Well, we started, and we're like, what is this? This is episode 23, correct?
That's awesome.
Episode
I'm only on
23.
11.
Yeah, how's yours going?
Good.
Saturday morning?
Southern Saturday.
Southern Saturday.
Yeah.
I knew it was Saturday something.
Yeah, just had Marshall Patrick on, Brittany Smith's on, got Amanda Meadows coming. Y'all seen that lady in the bathroom, girl? She's supposed to come. Have you seen her?
No.
She's awesome. All she does is like lip sync like 90 songs in the bathroom, but like she lip syncs like all the people in the background that are like, yeah, shit like that throughout the song. She's funny. She's from Louisiana. And then Stale Cracker's going to come. He's from Louisiana. I'm excited about that.
Cool.
It's going good. I'm excited.
Are all of those individuals like TikTok based?
Yes. Or Instagram or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I made the pod its on Instagram and TikTok just because it's easier.
Oh.
But it's on my same YouTube.
Yeah.
Because they YouTube lets you do like a separate playlist for it, which is perfect. And we had a meeting with the actual people from YouTube, like my agency. And I was like, asked the question, I was like, should I make a YouTube channel separate for my podcast? And they were like, no, unless you're doing like, hey, my channel's about motorcycles, my podcast is about fish. If it's all under that comedy umbrella. So for anybody that wants to know about YouTube, as long as you're in the same like niche umbrella, keep it all the same. He said YouTube doesn't care. It's not going to be like, well, I'm not pushing that video out because it's fish or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Like my podcast will get pushed out the same as my shorts.
Okay.
Which is good to know. Oh, another thing. I know I feel like I'm giving like insight now, but another thing, if anybody's gonna upload on, like, you know, normally people will put out a video and they'll upload it on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all the places. YouTube has an overlay AI tool that will detect if that same video is put other places. They want their videos to be like YouTube specific. So if you're going to upload a video to multiple platforms, I would strongly suggest changing it a little bit for YouTube. That way it won't pick it up and be like, nah, this is on every other platform too.
That's noteworthy for sure. Right?
Yeah, it's helpful.
I've intended on putting all of our videos, because right now we've got 120 something videos on YouTube. And
Sweet.
Thank you. And
your first 100 are the hardest ones.
Well, since I've started doing this, and on this I can cut and find my.
What did you do? What are the other? Are they all 100 podcast clips?
Yeah. They're from live recordings of the podcast on Sundays, and on Fridays I do something called Friday Night Games.
Yeah.
Where bi-weekly we do Cards Against Humanity, because that one's pretty fun.
Yeah.
And then on the in-betweens, we do different types of games. Like we've done Would You Rather. We've done that twice. We've done conversational cards with comedians, which is a more light-toned one, but still funny. This coming week, instead of the regular Cards Against Humanity, I'm really excited for it. I'm doing like Cards Against D&D, where we all kind of cosplay in a way our characters for D&D.
Yeah, y'all D&D people.
I am. He wants to be.
I don't have the time.
It's holding you back.
He wakes up at 2 a.m. for work, and we'll go till like 11 or midnight.
That'll do it.
Mm-hmm. So,
never played.
It's plenty fun.
I was a big Halo 3 guy. Loved it.
My man is Halo.
Man,
I beat 1 through 4 except for Wars. So all the ones.
I didn't play the Wars.
Yeah, he didn't like it. He said it was third person and it sucked. But we thanks to him, I've run through and played the first all the way to 4 minus Wars on Legendary.
Sweet.
But it's mostly him. I'm the tank kind of person, not only in D&D but in that game. And with a partner, if you die out there, you just spawn back where they are as long as they're safe.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So I run in and I kill a bunch of them, and I die, and I pop back.
You gotta have that guy though, or gal. You gotta have him.
I love that. I like running in, just punching them in the face because it works. You got to do it twice on Legendary.
Oh yeah.
I was a PlayStation guy, so
yeah,
I did like Uncharted was my saga of games.
The only thing I'm telling you, other than like I used to play Crash Bandicoot and shit when I was really young, but after that I literally only played Halo and loved it. And then I got into the MLB The Show for like a year.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
My son
during COVID, I had nothing else to do, so
my son was playing it. And then he got the new NCAA.
Oh yeah, everybody's freaking out about that.
I'm like, yeah, glad it's at your mom's house.
Yeah, I was like, when I was a kid, those came out every year.
Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't pay anybody for them.
Now they're getting paid for it.
Yeah. So their names are actually in it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you back in the day it just said number 2 or number 12.
Yeah, but then what started that whole problem? What started that whole problem was that you could upload the rosters.
Right, so you could do whatever you needed to do to make it look like they were the people.
Yeah. So that was the big issue with
it. As much as I hate it, what part I do agree with is, for as long as I can remember, you could go buy your favorite jersey for whatever college player you wanted, and that person never make a dime off of it.
Right.
And that's kind of fucked up.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they weren't giving them nothing. So
now
you could go get a Jalen Hurts jersey, number 2, Alabama. Wouldn't say his name on it, but everybody knows why you're buying a number 2. And then he wasn't making nothing.
Yeah, that.
They should get that revenue, but I don't
I
agree with
feel
paying
like-
them millions either.
Well, I feel like for that stuff, it should be after they graduate.
Yeah, like hold on to it for them or something.
Yeah.
That's a good idea because if
It's
my
like
thing is
your talent turns into a savings fund.
correct,
I
Yeah.
like that. I like that.
and
I
then
feel like that's the way-
because that's in my opinion that's a good idea because that'll keep them motivated. My problem with it, the way they're doing it, is these kids are going to lose motivation. Why would they go to the NFL if they've already made $20 million in college?
right.
A lot of them won't. A lot of them will just be done. They'll play 4 years.
I guess it helps the average shows like us will be able to make replacement teams.
Yeah, that's my dream for sure.
I
I'm gonna be
just-
in a car wreck every Sunday.
Yeah. Look,
Should be pulled over every Sunday.
look, I worked for Raymond James Stadium, the Buccaneers Stadium.
Yeah.
And I sold programs and I got to walk under like inside the tunnel.
Yeah.
And one weekend I walked past as the team was coming out and it was the Seattle Seahawks. And those offensive linemen were so big. I was like,
They don't even like people.
thank God I blew my knee out my senior year. Because I did not want to. If they were this size in college, what would I have
Exactly.
done?
Like dude, and you know what's crazy is I wanted to write a bit about this. Like when they find these dinosaur fossils and stuff, and they're like, oh, this is a triceratops, but this is a whatever, but it looks just like it's just way smaller. I'm like, you don't fucking know that. Like if humans were extinct and somebody a million years from now found Shaq's skeleton and Kevin Hart's, they'd be like, these are two different species. I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? Like
They are not related.
That's probably also a triceratops. It's just a little one. Like
Yeah.
we got 5 million different kinds of dinosaurs. They're probably all, probably 10 in total.
Yeah,
They're
right?
just small and big.
This one's got a slight deformity.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, this one just had an extra horn. You gave it a new name?
The
A whole new name.
Yeah.
That one had 11 horns, and that one had 3.
Yeah, I was like, I think y'all are splitting hairs here a little bit.
He was just being an overachiever.
But if you think about it, if you had never seen a human before and you found Shaq and Kevin Hart, you'd be like, I don't know what this is, but they're not the same.
It's baby.
Because they're both full grown.
It's his baby. They would automatically assume that's the child.
Exactly. You couldn't tell them any different.
I don't have the confirmation, but apparently, like within the last. Is that your mom? You want to call
No.
her on my phone?
No, it's the van driver.
Oh, he can wait, David. But okay, so about 20, 25 years ago or so, apparently these giant skeletons were found up in Alaska. And the first thing that happened were people like, oh my God, we found giant skeletons and maps and the top of a wall and all this other stuff. And then it just went completely quiet. And it's like the government was sitting there saying, like, we can't blow that shit up because we can't explain it. And we don't wanna, and all of this, like
What's crazy to me is like, just tell me. I mean,
wow.
Well, everybody acted like they were going to give a shit. Like they're like, oh, we can't handle it if they tell us that there's aliens. And then last year they were like, hey, there's aliens.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, I mean, okay, yeah.
No, nobody
we figured.
Exactly. So if you're like, yeah, we found these giant skeletons, I don't know what the fuck it is. This is what they look like. Everybody's gonna be like, that's cool.
I mean, are you ready for the war
Yeah.
against the lizard man?
Yeah. All I know is if somebody that shy shows up, I'm fucked. That's all the bottom line is.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Amazon, mommy. Oh, I see Death by Snoo Snoo.
I met that guy at Fantasy Fest in 2006.
Get off the
He was
shoulders.
He was
Take
7
that
foot
costume
tall.
off.
He was 7 foot tall. I was like, damn.
Do y'all remember that episode of Futurama?
No,
Oh,
I didn't know
No,
what you're talking
I-
about.
oh.
I was talking about a real event with me.
Oh, okay. No, okay. So this kind of applies. So like they go to this planet and it's all women and they're all giant women and Fry and the alien that crushed on Amy and Zach Brandicoot, which was a total bitch ass playboy. They all did something to disrespect the women, so they end up going to trial, and the trial ended with death by snoo snoo, and snoo snoo is what they called fucking. So, so they're
it
like,
seems like I do remember this.
yeah, and they smile, frown, like we're so afraid that you're gonna fuck us to death.
Oh no!
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want that at all.
No,
At least you'll have a handle to carry me out with.
it's like when we went to the strip club in Florida, and he was like in love with the midget and the Amazon women. If they were normal height, he didn't give a damn about
It's just
them.
like the Ripley's Believe It or Not of strip clubs.
It was,
Oh, dude. The midget was literally like 3 foot tall.
I was about to say, because you're doing this, and this is like,
I worry because he gets shorter every time he tells
Right.
the story. So, I was
like,
like,
so this midget.
Yeah. Well, she had 6-inch heels on. They were clicking.
he said she didn't even come up to my knee. I'm like, she came about halfway up the hip.
I don't know.
Getting short
down
about a second.
there.
Yeah.
She was down
So
there.
she gets only knee dance.
Hey, this is a reverse of a fish story, okay? It's not every day you get to see a midget stripper.
Right.
And then the Amazon woman literally could palm the ceiling.
Yeah, these other women got to climb this bitch to get to the ceiling. And this chick just bam, and she's there.
And she had a twin.
Did she have a twin, or
It
was there
was.
just another
It was
Amazon?
just another.
Yeah,
That's right.
Because one of them looked like, I don't know, the busty mom from the 90s that smokes too many cigarettes,
Yeah.
and then the other one looked like, I don't understand. She was like a ginger angel, like she probably used to cry when people said, "If it's angel." My brain said fudge angel.
Look, this woman was so big she could have burnt me.
He wanted her to,
Pick me up.
She definitely could have burped the midget stripper.
or Kevin Hart. Ooh, midget stripper. My brain likes that image.
Oh, well, anything else you want to say?
I've got some shout outs real quick.
Bring them on.
All right, so I took the time to write this shit. All right, so this coming Wednesday, August 14th, you're gonna find me and a couple other individuals. That's William Khalifi and Nick Brackett opening up for Mike Eaton and Galen Nash at Cloud9 Vapes off Airport at 8 p.m. That's going to be a fun show in itself. I've seen William Khalifi and Nick Brackett perform. They crack me the fuck up. And I look forward to seeing the new individuals performing. That one is a free show on Thursday, August 29th. The poster doesn't say if it's free or for charge. You can always bring $10 to either get in and or tip somebody, so that's cool. But that's going Whippersnapper Comedy hosting it at Cedar Street Social. There's going to be me, a bunch of individuals from Pensacola, Aaron Kaiser, Delicia Nichols, which is with BTB. That's Big Titty Bitches. What's up? Cody Tiano, which is a touring comic that has appeared on 2 different things on here. Crankus Gillespie out of Mississippi. It's going to be pretty fun. That is at 7 p.m. And next week, next Sunday, we should have Blake Lambert in, which is a country artist that is doing pretty well right now. You can look him up
from the area.
Yeah, he's local to Mobile, so
Sweet.
that's pretty cool. And
he's doing good on TikTok as well.
Sweet.
Yeah, I got to see him perform this past Saturday, and he sounds great. His name is Blake Lambert, and he sounds kind of like Tim McGraw. And I love it.
He's got the name.
Yeah,
Good name.
Yeah, fit.
Great stage name.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've known him for a few years. We'll never get in the truck whenever everybody's like, "Hey, let's go here." Not riding with Blake. He will leave you. I like Blake a lot. I'm never gonna ride to the bar with him ever again. The karaoke guy had to drive me back to the house.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
So that should be a funny interview as well.
Yeah. So y'all tune in. We will be live on Facebook and YouTube this Sunday with the interview to him or with him. Since it's on a Sunday, it's probably going to be about 4 p.m. ish that we will do that. And you got anything you want to shout out?
And remember to like and follow Justin Stagner.
I was gonna let him say that.
That's fine. Justin Stagner on everything. I got a show coming up the 23rd in Tuscaloosa with Kyle Belcher. That's going to be a good show.
Cool.
Have another show in Nashville, the Buffalo River Jam with Tyler Farr. I'll be hosting that.
Okay.
And that's in Lobelville, Tennessee. So that's the closest two that I have so far. I got another one coming up in October in Savannah, Georgia.
Okay.
Nice.
But that's
Nice.
a ways out.
A ways out.
Yeah, it's like October 11th or something like that. So Brittany Smith. And it'll be good too.
Hopefully it'll be cooler than what we have going on right now.
They're dead like east of us, so it's like the exact same.
Yeah, I
Okay.
know. That's terrible. I feel like we live in Satan's butthole.
I call it
It's
the
a
ball
nutsack.
sack.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
But I say it because like you look at the picture.
That's what it looks like.
Well,
Yeah.
if this is the nutsack, Moss Point is a vagina. And they need Vagisil badly. Have you ever driven through Moss Point?
Yeah.
And smelled the pogey
Yeah,
plant?
that's literally the anus though, or the gooch.
It
Because like Florida's the and then
still smells fishy.
Mhm. I disapprove with this.
Oh,
All right. Well,
Well,
it has been a pleasure having you.
Thank
come
y'all. I
by.
had fun. Been a blast.
thank you so much for showing up.
No problem.
I was so excited for this interview.
You've just
I
been
hate
talking about it.
I had to cancel before, but I had the Rona, the 1-9.
Well, I understood. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah, it really kicked my ass the second time. I had it when it first became like popular and everybody was doing it. And it wasn't that bad, but this time it was rough.
I didn't catch it until after I got the shots.
Yeah,
Because I got the shots. My ex talked me into it. She was like,
I
"You
got
don't
it.
want to lose your job." I should've
Looking
lost
back
my
at it, I
job.
shouldn't have fucking got them, but I did. Whatever.
So
I got it before it went viral. I got it before
You're
it
on
was
the
cool.
Cutting edge, yeah.
Yeah, I got it before it was cool. And then I got it shortly after it stopped being cool. And then last year, because the first time I got it, it was like, all right, you could kill me and I'd be okay with it. And then last year we got it again, and I thought it was just like a really bad sinus infection.
Yeah, I mean, this go around, the first time I got it, the only thing I did was lose my taste and smell. That was it. This go around literally felt like, just come in there and shoot me, please. Like,
Yeah.
The fever was, but it only lasted a day, but it was a bad fever.
Well, when my man got it, all he did was like burp continuously.
This is the weirdest disease that's ever been invented. But like everybody you talk to is like, oh, I just burped all day. Like, oh, well, I had a fever. Like, well, I shit myself twice. Like, nobody has the same thing. Man, I couldn't quit blinking. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I ate from head to toe.
Yeah,
Every joint
exactly.
hurt.
My snot was yellow. I don't know.
I didn't catch it.
Yeah.
I didn't catch it until they quit paying for the time off. I was like,
Oh yeah, the
stop.
second time I got it was no. They made me stay out because somebody next to me got it, and they're like, "Yeah, by the way, we're not even paying anymore either." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
I'm trying to catch it again so I can get just
No,
5 days off.
You don't want this one I just had.
No.
No.
But to be able to, sit at home, like with the sinus infection last one I had, it was like I could just, chill at home for a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's what I did. The first time I got it, when I had lost my taste and smell for like a few days, I stayed out the full 14 days. Like, I enjoyed
Now it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a week. You're good. It's like the flu now.
Yeah, no, I was one of those essential workers whenever it got real popular.
Yeah.
I was waterproofing home foundations. So I counted as a construction worker and an essential worker, and I didn't get to just, go chill at home and people say, "Oh, you haven't paid your rent yet? That's okay, COVID."
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Oh,
And unemployment was like $8,000.
yeah, just to make sure
Yeah.
you made it.
I made a terrible mistake for going to work every single day
Me too.
to make
They offered us a
equipment.
furlough, and I was like, "No, we're gonna get fired." And then the people that stayed home just got to chill for 90 days. I was like, "Dude, I'm so stupid."
Yeah.
Oh well, I don't do shit now.
You got it made in the
Yeah,
state
I just
now.
make stupid ass videos and do stand up.
Hey,
Hell
well,
yeah.
everybody loves those videos. So.
Thank y'all.
You living the dream, man. I want to grow up to be like you.
Wow, I hope you can.
He's my hero.
I said that to an old woman today with pink hair and wearing a shirt that had mushrooms all over it today. You know what her response was? Well, you might not get there. We're all going to go to heaven here soon.
Not the response you expected from.
No.
Right.
So that's how my day went.
Never know what you're gonna do. Nah, man, always feel better, right?
Yeah.
Let's look about the chocolate.
All right. Well,
Yes, sir.
I think
Yeah.
we'll call it there.
Yeah, that's about it. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Oh, we will end it here.